Welcome to Mindful Moments. Nourish your mind on the go. This video uses AI narration to present our original book analysis. Today, we're diving deep into Stranger in a Strange Land. It's a science fiction classic by Robert A. Heinlein. Think of it as a deep dive into a world that, turns everything you thought you knew about humanity upside down.
Really makes you think.
Yeah. You're going to meet Valentine Michael Smith. He's a human raised on Mars. And he returns to Earth with a completely alien perspective on life, love, and everything in between.
Yeah, it's not your typical alien invasion story. It's more like, it uses this fish out of water scenario.
Yeah.
And kind of hold up a mirror to human society. And it makes you question everything, like our customs, our belief, even our deepest fears and desires.
Right. And it all starts with the return of this expedition to Mars, carrying the sole survivor, Valentine Michael Smith. He's literally the man from Mars, raised by Martians, and completely clueless about human ways.
Just imagine growing up on a planet with a completely different social structure, different language, even a different understanding of reality.
Yeah.
And that's Smith's starting point. He doesn't get our customs, especially the ones around sex, money, and religion, things that are, so ingrained in our society that we rarely even stop to question them.
And it's not just that he doesn't understand, it's that he reacts in ways that are completely alien to us.
Yeah.
He goes through these cataleptic withdrawals when he's overwhelmed by human life.
It's like a complete shutdown.
Right.
Those withdrawals are a direct result of his Martian upbringing on Mars, you see.
Yeah.
Martians share water with each other as a way of, connecting and regulating their emotions. And that's totally absent on Earth. So it triggers this almost shutdown response in Smith when he's just bombarded with too much stimuli.
It's like sensory overload. That's a detail I always found fascinating. It shows how deeply ingrained his Martian physiology and worldview are. And then there's this concept of grokking, which is central to the Martian way of life.
Yeah. Grokking it's more than just understanding. It's a complete empathy. Almost like a merging of consciousness with another being.
Wow.
It's the foundation of their social structure.
Yeah.
And it ties into this Martian ritual called the Water Brother ceremony.
Where they literally share water, creating a physical and emotional bond.
Exactly.
It's such a powerful concept and makes you wonder if we're even capable of that kind of deep connection here on Earth.
It really does. It challenges our notions of individuality and the boundaries we place between ourselves and others.
Right.
It suggests a possibility of deeper understanding and connection that we might be missing out on.
Absolutely. Now, as Smith struggles to navigate this strange new world, he encounters Jubal Harshaw. He's this cynical but brilliant author and lawyer.
Jubal is like, he's Smith's protector. And his guide through all this, he's seen it all. Yeah. He's both amused and concerned by Smith's naivete.
Right.
He's the voice of reason, trying to steer Smith through the minefield of human society.
But Smith's arrival isn't just a cultural phenomenon, it's a political one. He inherits this massive fortune, and it could disrupt global power structures.
And suddenly, everyone's interested. Governments, religious groups, they're all vying for control over him and his wealth.
Makes sense.
It really highlights the corrupting influence of power and how easily good intentions can be twisted for personal gain.
That's a good point. And this is where we see Smith's vulnerability. He's drawn to the Fosterites. It's this charismatic religious sect because they offer him a sense of belonging and purpose.
But it also raises the question, is he genuinely embracing their beliefs, or is he just seeking connection in a world that feels alien to him?
That's an interesting question. And as Smith's influence grows, he starts to attract a group of followers who form their own community. It's known as the Nest.
The Nest. Yeah, the Nest becomes this fascinating social experiment. They challenge all these conventional norms, around sex, relationships, even personal property. They're trying to create this microcosm of Martian society right here on Earth.
It's intriguing, isn't it? Because on one hand, they're really pushing the boundaries of what's considered acceptable. But on the other hand, they're also exploring these ideas of
love,
connection, community, in a way that makes you question, the limitations we place on ourselves.
It's like they're saying, what if we could connect on a deeper level?
Right.
And it all ties back to this concept of waiting, which is so fundamental to Smith's Martian worldview.
That's a good point.
It's about accepting the present moment, observing things without judgment, and acting only when the time is right.
You can really see this play out in his interactions with others, and in the way he approaches challenges.
He's not driven by the same sense of urgency or ambition that we are. It's a radical departure from the way most humans operate. You know, we're always striving, planning, worrying about the future. But Smith's waiting, it's almost like a form of mindfulness, a way of being fully present in the moment.
As you can imagine. The nest and its practices, they don't sit well with everyone.
Definitely.
They start to attract attention, both positive and negative.
Of course.
And there's this growing sense of unease, even fear, from those who see them as a threat to the established order.
It's that classic clash, you know, between those who embrace change and those who cling to tradition.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it escalates to the point where the nest is targeted, their temple is destroyed, and Smith is arrested.
It's heartbreaking.
It is. It's a stark reminder of how societies often react to those who dare to be different.
Exactly.
Especially when those differences challenge the status quo.
Smith isn't just going to sit back and accept his fate.
No, he's not.
He taps into those extraordinary Martian powers, you know, escaping from jail, demonstrating abilities that just defy human comprehension.
It's almost like he transcends our understanding of physics and biology. He can teleport, heal himself, even control people's minds.
It's like he's operating on a completely different level.
Yeah.
And it raises so many questions about the nature of consciousness, the limits of human potential, even the very definition of what it means to be human.
Before we can even delve into those questions, the story takes a tragic turn.
Oh.
Smith is ultimately killed.
No.
A martyr to the fear and intolerance of those who couldn't accept his radical way of being.
His death it's heartbreaking.
It is.
But it's not the end of his influence.
That's right.
Those who followed him, they carry on his teachings, spreading his message of Broking and the possibility of a more compassionate, connected world.
And that's Brit. That's the real power of Stranger in Strange Land.
Yeah.
It's a story that stays with you. It makes you question your own beliefs and the way you see the world.
It's a story that challenges you to consider different perspectives, to embrace the unknown, and to strive for a deeper understanding of yourself and others.
And that's what we hope you take away from this deep dive. If you're ready to explore a world that will challenge your assumptions and expand your thinking, we highly recommend you check out Stranger in a Strange Land. You can find a purchase link in the description below. It really makes you think, doesn't it?
It sticks with you.
Yeah. So, what are you waiting for?
Go read it.
Dive into Stranger in a Strange Land and see what insights you can uncover for yourself.
It's worth it.
And don't forget to subscribe to Mindful Moments for more deep dives into thought-provoking books like this one.
We've got a lot more coming up.
We're always exploring new ideas and sharing what we learn with you.
And if you're looking for a way to support our channel and grab your own copy of Stranger in a Strange Land,
you can find a purchase link in the description below.
Thanks for joining us.
Until next time, keep those minds nourished.